Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and Happy New Year's. Alright, so let's start the new year off with this guide on how I soloed Deadmines all by myself and killed all the bosses in here. Alright, so first of all, if you haven't seen my previous video on how to farm experience in here, you should go and check that. There will be a link right here or here. Let's see. Alright, so at this point I believe everyone kind of knows how to do this now. So I'm not really gonna spend much time showing you on how to kill the trash. You can see that in my previous video. It's basically just regeneration, living flame, living bomb. For this boss you need to use Arcane Blast instead of living bomb. The reason for this is it's really good damage, but it also heals you a lot. And this boss is hands down the hardest boss there is in this dungeon, in my opinion. So basically you just spam Arcane Blast on him. You get 3, maybe 4 stacks of the debuff Arcane Blast gives you. Then you use Arcane Explosion. Jesus. And just keep up the living flame and yeah, that's it. Of course also the regeneration. As you can see, I forgot to pop it here, or I just ran out, so I refresh it and I start spamming my Arcane Blast again. It's quite simple. The boss really slaps, so you really have to time it with your mana, and maybe you should bring a health pot or mana potion. You don't really need to. I didn't use any consumes at all for this besides my own buffs, intellect and armor, but my gear is also pretty good at this point. I mean, I'm mostly raid based. I think I missed like 5-6 items at this point. Anyways, back to the boss. As you can see, he really slaps me at this point and I go out of mana, so I start kiting him. At 15% HP he starts to walk slowly, so you can walk away from him and use your wand in case you need to. Another tip I just realized is it's really good to have an arcane wand in here, because arcane wand can also heal you. Alright, so this boss is also very easy. He is actually one of the easiest bosses in here because he has low HP. He doesn't really do that much damage, and when his mechanic is dead, you can run away from it. He will spawn and you can drink up to full again and just kill the boss. I'm gonna show you here in the clip on how I did this. The hardest part in this room is probably the trash, to be honest. What I did is I pulled 3, 4, maybe 5 mobs at a time. Living flame, living bomb, regeneration, and I just stacked them up and killed them easily. This boss is very interesting because he drops a recipe for engineering, which is quite rare, but it's really needed by a lot because it makes you able to harvest these shredder machines. And these machines actually, these shredder parts actually sell for a lot on the auction house because everyone needs them for a rune, a really good rune. So you can farm this and make some gold this way if you want to. Alright, as I mentioned before, you can see here, I just walk away from the boss and finish him off. The boss spawns and then I can just drink up to full, eat up, and I can start pumping the boss down. He only has like 3000 HP, so he's quite easy to kill at this point. Just use Arcane Blast, Living Flame, yada yada, you know the drill. Something worth mentioning here is I didn't do this for gold. I mean, of course I'm interested in seeing how much gold this is. I think one run is maybe 3-4 gold total, depending on the drops. In this run I wasn't really lucky with the weapons. I only got all the bad ones, the green items and such, so I didn't really make that much gold. But I guess you can make up to maybe 5 gold depending on the drops. You can also take someone in here and you can of course sell the items up to like 15 gold, I don't know. I don't know what people will pay at this point, but maybe 10 gold, 5 gold, 15 gold, I don't know. Alright, this pull here is quite interesting. I kind of want to clear most of the room so I don't pull anything when I pull the boss. So as you can see in this clip, I kind of struggle line of sight. I juggle them from line of sight back and forth around this corner of the forge here. The reason for this is I want them to be stacked as much as possible so I can just burn them down with my living flame and my living bomb. The mobs, they spawn this mechanical thing, which is quite annoying because sometimes they spawn it quite late. Anyway, it shouldn't really be a problem for you to kill this. At this point, I don't need my living bomb for this boss either. Sorry, I just need my arcane blast. For the next bosses I'm gonna show you, you need to use living flame, in my opinion. That's the easiest way, because I'm kind of gonna cheese the strategy here. So for Smite, you need to kill these two ads ASAP. Not ASAP, but just kill them before you start DPSing Smite. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of cheesing this with this strategy of jumping up and down this ledge right here. It takes me a couple of minutes to kill them this way, but it's super safe, and I mean, it's super easy. Just juggle them back and forth like this, you can see. Unfortunately, in this clip, I didn't really get them to stack probably. So they got mistimed a bit, but still, it's no problem. You can tank a couple of hits to stack them up if you need. Just have in mind, Smite really slaps, like he hits really, really hard, so you need to be careful not to take too much damage from him. But anyway, it's really easy. As you can see, you just juggle them back and forth. So at like 60% or something, I believe Smite starts running away and gets a new weapon and such, and he does this again at like 30% or something like that. You can actually line of sight the stun. It's quite easy. As you can see here, I just line of sighted the stun, and I can actually start pumping him. So if you have mana, unfortunately I didn't have mana, but you can pump the boss easily for a few more. And at this point you can just follow the boss. He's in his last phase, so you can just follow him and just nuke him down. He also starts to walk really slow after 15% HP, so it shouldn't really be a problem to kite him, even if you're low mana and you only have your wand left. But yeah, what do you think about this strategy? Personally, I find it really cool. I mean, it's quite fun. I enjoy soloing this kind of content. I mean, it's so overpowered playing a mage, and I really enjoy it. I mean, Season of Discovery is just so much fun right now. I'm really having a blast, and I'm really thirsty to make more content for 2024. My problem is though, I see a lot of new content creators, which is really amazing. I really enjoy watching new content creators, but every time I discover something, it seems like someone else also discovered it. What do you think? Should I just keep making content even though others are making the same content, or what do you want to see? Please let me know in the comment. I'm actually quite intrigued to know that. Alright, so these pulls right here, you can just tank them. The mobs really doesn't do that much damage, as long as you just stack them up in your living flame, keep up the living bomb and regeneration. You can easily kill them. They go down so fast you wouldn't believe it. Alright, for this boss right here, it's quite easy again. I say everything is easy, I know everything is easy, but I believe it's easy, and I believe everyone can do it. You can do it too. You just do like this, just like normal mobs, stack them up and let the living flame and living bomb do the rest. You can spam some arcane explosion to add some more damage. You can also do some fire blast, whatever feels comfortable for you. The boss in the end, when you run out of mana like I did here, this is a tip for you. It kind of starts to slap, because at this point you don't have your living flame anymore, so you don't get any healing at this point. So my advice is definitely save some mana for the execute phase. I didn't do that, and as you can see, it almost cost me a run from the graveyard, which is quite annoying. It's quite long. I don't know if you can do this at 24, maybe you can actually already do it at 23. I tried it at 24, 23 myself. It was quite hard, I remember, and I couldn't really finish it, but maybe you can do it and you can get the Emberstone staff, for example. Oh, by the way, another tip here, as you just saw here, I jumped onto this line of sight spot and the boss fully healed up again. I definitely recommend you not to do that. Don't do it like I just did here. Nice advice for my guide, I know. Anyway, we're gonna use the cheese tactic once more here and just use the living bomb, living flame. The mobs, the stealth mobs, I recommend you to try to get them out of stealth before you reach this part. Otherwise they're gonna backstab you like they just did here, and they won't really sync up again with the boss, which is quite annoying. It's just so much easier to kill everything together with the Living Flame, Living Bomb when they're stacked. Something you really need to be aware of. I told you Mr. Smite really slaps, but Van Cleef is the bomb. He really does a lot of damage. Like, I can tank maybe 3-4 hits and then I'm dead. So I definitely recommend you to just keep on kiting him like this. Make sure to have your mana. I believe you can Frost Nova him and you can use your evocation. For some reason I'm not doing it here. I don't know why. Actually, I was probably at this point discovering and panicking a bit on how I should do this. Anyway, the tactic is quite forward. You just do like this. And you can sell the Cruel Barb. You can have boost someone, do this. It's quite easy. By the way, at 50% HP, Van Cleef spawns 2 additional adds you need to take care of. Otherwise they're gonna backstab you. So just be aware of that at 50% HP. Anyways, what do you think of this kind of content? Would you like to see more content of me soloing? Also for the future, when we get the Scarlet Monastery, Gnome Regan, whatever content we may get in the future. Would you like me to do more solo farms, or would you like to see more gold farming videos? Tips and tricks on how to do this and that? Maybe some PvP, pre-made versus pre-made videos. Let me know what you want to see for the future in 2024, please. I'm really intrigued to know that. Anyways, this is all for me. Enjoy the rest of the video, and if you like the content I provide, of course, remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz if you want to. No pressure, but I can show you this right here, like here, somewhere here. It's like 98% of you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, and I would really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, it's totally free, but it helps me a lot. I really like to make content, and I also prefer to get some views on my content. Anyways, this is all I had. Thank you and Happy New Year. See you in the next one.